Good morning, Stampers. I'm Meg, and this is another Maker Mornings with Meg. Today's Thursday, and for our project today, I thought I would actually do kind of a fun combo of our projects from the last 2 days. So this is episode 92. In episode 90, I showed a blended direct-to-stamp card. I'll show it one more time, with Hydrangea Haven. So it was this way to create this cool multicolored effect. And then yesterday, I made a Hidden Buckle card, which uses the Hey Birthday Chick stamp set. So this is that trifold card, remember, where it stays closed and then it has that hidden buckle and opens like this. So I thought it would be fun if today I showed you a combo of those two techniques. So we're gonna do both a Hidden Buckle card and a direct to stamp blended blending brushes technique card. So the stamp set we're going to use is Cute Fruit. And if you are thinking, I've never seen this stamp set in a catalog, where did that come from? You don't adjust your screen or anything. You will find this in the little Make Beautiful Things Intro to Stamping brochure. And this is sort of a little collection of stamps. If you haven't seen this before, I'd be happy to send you one. If you're one of my customers, just let me know. But it basically includes some information if you're new to stamping, and then has some sort of kit ideas for things that are great projects for new stampers to do. Here's our Cute Fruit stamp set. But if you're not a new stamper, you can still take advantage of anything in here. I'm using them and I'm not a new stamper. So morning guys. Hey Kay, Lois, Mary, Jo, Melanie, Kathy, Trish, Vicky. Oh my gosh, Sue, Petra, Melinda. You guys are all here this morning. Okay. So one of the things I'll point out in here, if you haven't seen these before, is the Stampin' Spots. So they're the same Stampin' Spots that come in paper pumpkin kits, and they are a great way to expand your ink collection. These particular ones come in a set of 8, and they include basic gray and then a bunch of bright colors. So they're really a great addition. If you don't have a lot of colors, they're a good way to add them. So, all right, the other stamp set that you may have seen that appears in here is Zany Zebras. It is in the Intro to Stamping brochure too. They are on my website in the online store, so you can find them there, no problem. And Zany Zebras reminds me of Darling Donkeys, which is gonna be available only for, I think, less than 3 weeks now. Man, that's crazy. Only until the end of celebration, so don't miss that. All right, you guys ready to see our cute fruit project for the day? Kathy says she has the little pamphlet. Yeah, it's a good one. It's got some cute project ideas in it too. So if you're ever wanting to get some, introduce a new person to stamping, it could be a great choice for finding some fun ideas for them. So, okay. Cute Fruit. I'm gonna start here with a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'll come back to the reason that I'm using my paper pumpkin background paper today. There is a reason, I promise. So I'm going to pop these on here, and I'm gonna use the watermelon from this stamp set for our direct to stamp technique. So I really couldn't resist using the same technique again because it's so pretty. And I'm gonna start off with my watermelon. Like I said, I'm gonna ink it in Rococo Rose, and then I want this to be nice and light, so I'm gonna stamp off on a piece of scrap paper, my background. And then I'm gonna use Magenta Madness, which is super strong, and you wouldn't necessarily think would coordinate great with Rococo Rose, but I really like the way this comes out together. So when you do your direct to stamp technique, you want to wipe on your pad, tap on your stamp, wipe on your pad, tap on your stamp. That's kind of rhymey. All right, so we've got that on there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and stamp here on my cardstock, and we have that really great multicolored image. Now, I need 2 of these, so I'm going to go ahead and ink again, but before I do that, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a quick wipe on my chamois so that I don't spread that darker magenta, which is a pretty strong color, onto my Rococo Rose ink pad. So, all right, wipe and tap, wipe and tap. All right, and then this one is going to go down here on my card front. Okay, then the next thing I need, I'm gonna set these two bright pinks aside. I'm gonna need my rind here from the Granny Apple Green. Sue says she likes the blends. Yeah, they are pretty gorgeous. And good morning, Carol and Jenny. Okay, so I'm gonna ink up this stamp. Now, photopolymer, one of the great things about photopolymer is that they are flexible stamps. It's a blessing and a curse. So the blessing is that if you really needed a line, for some reason, you could pretty much stretch this and have some kind of crooked line. The curse is that it is easy to misform them when you put them on your blocks. So I always say that it's dangerous to put your photopolymer stamps down by just sort of applying them to the block like this, because if they're not in their native conformation, my background is in the allosteric modulation of transcription factors, so we talk about conformation all the time. But anyway, what you want to do with this is go ahead and lay it flat on the table so that it just sort of takes its native shape. You're not kind of getting it all mixed up. Sorry, I couldn't help the biology comment. My daughter's in AP Bio, and so we've been reviewing all kinds of fun things lately. All right, so now we know that shape of the shape of our photopolymer stamp is gonna have a perfect match to the other image that it needs to match up with, okay? All right, so now we have our two very pretty pieces there, and I'm gonna go ahead and trim this one with my paper snips, and I like this to be pretty tight. Remember, when you're trimming, you don't want to keep going click, click, click. You want to try to have one long cut, and instead of turning your scissors, you always want to turn your paper. So actually, this is the hand that's doing the turning action. So I'm just gonna kind of do one continuous cut and turn as we go. And that way you get a nice smooth edge to your cardstock. So good morning, Southern Oregon. All right, so we're going to layer this on here, but before we do this, now that I've chatted a little bit, it's had a chance to dry, I'm gonna back up because I could put these fruits on here just like this, but they would be a little floaty. They don't have much of a background. And since I'm so in love with my blending brushes, I figured I will use them for sort of the more traditional technique, which is to do blended backgrounds. So I'm gonna grab another blending brush here and do wipe. Now, I don't want a dark spot from my initial touch. So after I wipe, I'm actually gonna tap once on my scratch paper and then apply to my cardstock. So wipe, tap, and then blend. So just think a little bit about how you want your color to appear on your project before you kind of apply your brush to your paper. And then you may need to tap off just to get that big smudge of ink away from your project. So we'll leave that in the background. Okay, so I'm not gonna worry too much about the fact that that is overlapping my watermelon because the colors are nicely complementary. But when I look at this, I actually think, oh wait, why are those slices of orange pink and green? That is a really weird looking lime. So the thing that makes this turn watermelon to me is the black seeds. So I'm just gonna use a black writing tip, and I honestly, I can't remember if this is back in the online store or not. The fine tip writing pens, black marker, I can't remember the exact name. Anyway, they have been out of stock for a while, so they will be back soon if they're not back already. But any black here will work pretty well for these seeds because you want to give them more of a watermelon look. So see how much more watermelon-y that looks. So I'm going to get ready to pop this on here, but we need a greeting. And one of the things that I adore, which you might know about me, about this stamp set is it's very punny. So you're one in a melon, I'm gonna put here in the front. And yeah, I know we haven't stamped a melon, but I think fruit, melon, we're going with the theme here. We're not gonna worry too much about the actual classification of the fruit on our card. So that's gonna go on there. And I'm gonna pop this on with a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals and then flip this over. And I'm gonna have this kind of like lean up here against the other one. So they kind of have the same same bottom, and then they're set on top. So fun with cute fruit. And then watch my favorite color thing. When you add the color cardstock below it that matches, it just goes ding, and those colors like literally jump off the page. So I'm going to take this and pop some adhesive on the back. Remember, with your Stampin' Seal or your Seal Plus, you want to keep on rolling your wrists. You want to roll it past so that you get it forwarded to the next spot. All right, so this is going to be our card front. We're going to have to add an embellishment to this, but let's come back with our card base now, because our base is going to be Rococo Rose. And same thing here. Here's our watermelon, and then look at when we add that pink behind it, it really pops those watermelon slices out because they have that gorgeous same color. So let's get some ink out of the way. If you watched yesterday's card, I showed you that hidden buckle. So let me just review the correct sizing with this. It's 4 1/4 inches tall by 9 inches wide, and you're gonna score it, let's see, you guys probably, which way works best for you. You're gonna score it at 3 inches and at 7 1/4 inches, so that when you bring this together, oh, phew, I was so afraid I was gonna do it wrong again. When you bring this together, you have that little flap. See how much of that overlap you have? About 1/2 inch or so, which is perfect amount for our hidden buckle. And I will use tear tape again so that you can see what we're doing here. I'm going to start this maybe about 1/4 inch away from the other layer, and it's going on the big flap. And when I pop my layer on the front, okay, so my Granny Apple Green was 4 by 4, and my Basic White was 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. When I pop this on here, it's gonna have that nice layered look. So, all right, remember, when you use tear tape, the harder you push it down, the easier it is to separate the backing. And ta-da, I'm gonna trap this extra flap layer from our trifold inside there and pop this on the front. All right. So there is our start of our card, but we of course need to add, oh, I did this backwards. Well, you know what? It works great this way too. So usually I do it this direction and have it flap, but you know what? I'm fine with this also. So no reason not to do it this way. It's just a different effect, right? There's a thing in stamping where you say there's no such thing as mistake. It's just a different effect. So to add an embellishment to this, I'm gonna grab here my Artistry Balloons adhesive back sequins, which I adore. There's actually 5 sheets, but I think I've used one of them entirely. So I'm going to use, I think I'm gonna use these peachy pinky ones. These are really dark pink, but I kind of want to bring out that peachy color a little bit, which makes our background look fabulous. And I'm going to pop a couple of these on here, like so, just to add a little extra interest to the front of our card, okay? So then when we open this, this direction, let's not put our inside in upside down. I have another Whisper White square, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. It could be 4 by 4, but this just makes it easy so I don't use up the wrong paper earlier. And I'm gonna grab this stamp that says, wishing you a slice of happiness, because again, cute fruit is a fabulously punny stamp set. And I'm going to kind of brighten this message by using Magenta Madness instead of Rococo Rose. So see how those two pinks together, that Rococo Rose and Melon, or Magenta Madness, they go great on the front with our watermelon, and then they are kind of a nice contrast here on the inside. And Trish says, yes, the buckle card could open left, right, top, or bottom. Thank you, Trish. I think actually that's fun. So yeah, we'll have to make some top open or bottom open buckle cards sometime soon. All right, and then just to dress this up, you could put an extra little bit of fruit, one of the little lemon, lime, or a piece of pineapple. Ooh, I should show you my pineapple card. Or I am going to, I think, just take my Rococo Rose here and ink this up and pop a little smiley face down there. So when we add this to the inside of our card, sometimes I use multi-purpose liquid adhesive for my layers. It's just a really quick, I almost put it on there upside down, a really quick add, okay? And it also lets me adjust my layers to make sure they're straight. Then we have a fun center of our card. So to finish the buckle, all you're gonna do when you close the card, let's see, can I show you here? All you're gonna do is just tuck that flap back, there we go, underneath there, and it should go pretty easily. There, you see how that works? So then our card stays shut, okay? Here's the version that opens the other direction, ta-da, like this. But really nothing says left, right. It doesn't really matter, so. Or you could say you did it on purpose and share it with a left-handed friend. We have left-handers in my family and they always appreciate being thought of, so. Okay, so other things to show you with this. I did have another card. It is this pineapple card here. So here we go. So I use that same blending brush direct to stamp technique for the pineapple. It is also in the Cute Fruit stamp set. And I blended terracotta tile and bumblebee for that. And then paper pumpkin, the other thing I wanted to tell you about, which is why I got out this sheet here. Today is the very first day of the new paper pumpkin kit. It's called Here's to You, and it is darling. I saw a demonstrator sneak peek about it yesterday, and I am quite excited for this next one. I'm excited for the one that's gonna come now in February, but this paper pumpkin that I'm talking about, Here's to You, is the one that will come in March. So if you sign up for paper pumpkin today, then you'll be getting, it's after the 10th, Magic Paper Pumpkin Day. So then you will be getting the kit in March as your first one. And if you're subscribed or you have an ongoing prepaid subscription, then you're in good shape. You'll get the Here's to You kit already. But it's beautiful. It includes a free gift and supplies to make 8 cards that are very scenery oriented. And it kind of is a celebration set. So it celebrates, I'll bring you guys up here. I think you've seen the paper pumpkin thing. It celebrates all kinds of occasions, not just like the traditional celebration things, birthdays or whatever. It's very flexible and you can use it for lots of pieces or lots of occasions that you're celebrating. And since it has that free gift in it, that is kind of a fun bonus. The free gift is totally extra. It's not needed for the projects in the kit. So you will like having that. And I don't know, should I tell you what the free gift is? Hee hee. Okay, I'll tell you. The free gift is a set of stencils, and they are ones that I will use all the time. I absolutely know. I think you're gonna see a lot of them, and the only way to get them is to get them in the Paper Pumpkin kit. Trish says, yes, tell us what the free gift is. So if you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber yet, you should sign up soon. Anytime. I wouldn't wait until the end of the sign up period for this kit. Sometimes when there's a free gift, there can be a little bit of like an excitement factor, and there's a lot of people who sign up or resubscribe. So if you used to get Paper Pumpkin and you haven't for a while, this is a great time to resubscribe and you'll get that free gift too with your March kit. But sometimes there's a rush and the kits occasionally run a little shy. So if you've signed up now, you'll be in great shape. If you wait till the very end, you'll probably be fine. So don't panic if you have to wait for some reason, but good idea to go ahead and do that. The other thing is in my email newsletter that I send to my customers. So if you don't get that, and you would like to sign up to get my customer newsletter, you can do that on my website at LovenStamps.com on the newsletter sign up page part. But anyway, I sent a little table that talks about celebration and paper pumpkin and how they beautifully go together. So that if you get prepaid codes, prepaid subscriptions for paper pumpkin, oh look, there's a box in the background. Prepaid subscriptions for paper pumpkin during celebration, you can get free stuff, free celebration sets. So make sure you check that out. Or if you didn't get that newsletter, drop me a note and I can forward it to you. So. All right, guys, I think that covers the things that we wanted to talk about this morning. We did a direct to stamp blending brush technique. We showed that you can make a hidden buckle card trifold both directions, left, right, and of course up or down, I suppose. And yeah, I reminded you guys about the upcoming paper pumpkin. If I didn't say how to sign up for that, if you go to paperpumpkin.com and make sure you pick me as your demonstrator, I'd appreciate that. You can sign up there, or you can go to my website, LovenStamps.com, and click on the Paper Pumpkin tab. It's under like clubs, I think, and sign up there, and it'll take you directly to the Paper Pumpkin website. So yay! Sue says she's glad that I showed that blending brush technique. Lots of good ideas for that. All right, guys, I think that covers us for this Thursday. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow because yay, it'll be Friday and sort of the kickoff to our weekend starting. So, all right, stay warm, have fun on your stamping projects, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy stamping.